Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Wherever you gonna find yourself in this weird, wild, wacky world we're in. This is another scene for Unmask Orlando. This evening, we once again find ourselves in the Elysium. Seems to be a common trend recently. Finding ourselves in the Hemingway restaurant on the property of the Hyatt Regency. And clearly there's a small child somewhere. But gathered around the usual meeting table are several faces that are becoming rapidly familiar to the residents of Orlando. Though some of them are unfamiliar thus far, you have Clarence, the sheriff of Orlando. Gathered there is also 3 Tremere, Castiel, Conrad, who is a new face to most of you. And another new face, a neonate from Clan Tremere, as well as this man. And they are all gathered around the normal meeting table for what is setting up to be a interesting meeting. And starting from the left of my screen, we have Alexandra.
Fucking always me.
I don't know, girl. Like, don't fucking blame me. It's just how Hangout sets it up, man.
Okay, so Ashley wearing pants. And yeah, she's gonna come down from her suite and sit at the table and greet everybody. Um, will I know just by face alone who is the sheriff or like process of elimination? Most likely.
It would be process of elimination. You would come down to, Tyrone and Clarence, and you're not really sure which one's the sheriff, as neither one of them are sitting at the head of the table. That Katya is sitting at the head of the table
Mm-hmm.
with either one of them on either side of her. For the moment, she is acting as the prince's proxy.
Okay, so I will not assume. I will just announce myself to the people who don't know me, and I will sit down.
Shh, it's okay. Come here. Up next is Arjun.
Arjun will have just arrived, probably after hunting, and he comes. He seems pretty casual. He does well. He won't be completely like what's his name, Chris's character.
Vance.
He won't be Vance levels of casual, but he does has some like ease to himself. He's not like walking like a soldier kind of thing. He's just seems relaxed, and he'll smile at Katja as he comes in, and bow as he has shown what is proper to the group.
Up next to arrive is Abe.
Nelson, your clock.
I can't stop it.
Yep, hang on.
I think Abe has just fallen.
Come on, Abe. It's a restaurant, not a theater.
Hang on. So, hang on, I gotta reset the scene for him real quick because he was dealing with the baby. So basically, everyone is sat around the table. People are still coming in. So this will basically be Abe coming into the scene with Katya set at the far end of the table, Clarence and Tyrone on either side of her, along with her blood siblings. Yes, Abe has a place already set at the table. Katya made sure of that. Anyone of any rank has already got a place set at the table.
Abe would enter and assume his place at the table.
Okay, up next is Jason.
Jason would walk in wearing his customary, nice outfit that he's got on, and he would probably arrive alone and looks for the table where everyone else is sitting, politely, checks around to make sure he's not taking the space of anyone, and then he would politely go sit down and wait for those showing up.
And last but not least, Jacobo would be the last to arrive of this motley crew.
He'll just enter and sit down at the table, not at everyone present.
And as everyone takes their seat, Katya would have one of the boys bring out drinks for everyone as a general rule, because it's just the polite thing to do. So, I know this was supposed to be headed by the sheriff, but I am here in the prince's stead. He is away on business with our clan at the moment, so all of you have... Miss Diamond, I believe you were the one who called this meeting.
Well, after the discussion that we had the other day with the prince, I believe Mr. Davos raised the subject and I was immediately interested. So I think it's a joint effort.
And this is about the Sabbat in Lake Nona, yes. She would look the map she has laid out on the table. I do not currently have a marked map of Orlando, so I'm just going to do a quick Google. So, I don't know if anyone else has the map up, but the place we are looking at is in the southeast of Orlando. Down near Orlando International Airport. She would point out the area on the map, and Clarence would nod that yes, this is the area that is being currently occupied. Oh, calm down. Come here. Come here. Ugh.
Jason would kind of survey it out and immediately start looking for some tactical points. Would you like me to roll something for that?
Sorry, hang on. I am dealing with grabby hands trying to type things on the keyboard. So, would you stop it? Would you stop it? Oh, you're fine. And I will go down to your character sheet and there is not really a knowledge for that. Possibly like not a skill survival.
Maybe
so
survival.
yeah, it's like
Okay.
intelligence survival.
Okay. So 6.
I hear doggos.
Yeah, there's a dog somewhere in the neighborhood.
Kieran, come back here.
4 hits.
Okay. Whatever it is you're trying to get, you are successful.
Yeah, he was looking up some tactical advantages and things that could be done, for when the assault finally does happens, and any defenses the enemy might have that be advantageous. Mostly looking at the ground, elevation, and other stuff.
Yeah, elevation is pretty much not a thing. Orlando is very flat, aside from the buildings.
And I take it he found some interesting areas where one could possibly gain a tactical advantage if there was a battle or something going on.
Yes.
Okay, excellent.
Are they like staying at a specific place, at a specific point on the map, or they're like spread out?
You would see hang on. As she asks this, you'd see this man like write something down on a piece of paper and pass it to Katya.
Oh, he's shy.
Yes, he is. He usually doesn't come to these things, but here he is. Oh, you're fine. Looks like they're holed up in a cabin right on the lake. I'm not sure how the whole pack is fitting in there, but it's the bot, you never know.
Do we know of any underground establishments of them?
She would kind of look to Tyrone and he would write something else down and pass it to her.
We're talking
We
about
have-
Lake Nona, right?
Yes, like Nona. Because of the, I suppose, the type of ground it's on, there would be very little opportunity for any kind of underground establishment.
Do we at least
Sand
know?
doesn't give much opportunity for digging.
Mm.
And given the penchant of the area for
Do we have any ideas of numbers?
not that we know of.
So, do we know specifics on which side of the lake they're staying in, or if they're in a specific building or something like that?
They're in a cabin.
They're in a
She said
cabin
that.
on the east side of the lake.
So
Mhm.
Molotov cocktails, flash them out, pick the rest up as they run out in terror. Easy.
That could be
Or
detrimental to us as well.
Or
there are other options. She looks to the not quite so familiar Conrad. As most of you have seen him maybe once. I can see what I can do with rituals.
Question is, do we want to draw them out or box them in?
And at this point, Castiel wouldn't speak up. There is a choke point between Lake Nona and another lake that we can draw them into. If we can draw them into there, they're cut off.
What could stop them from going in any other direction except for
The
that
water.
checkpoint? Since when did water stop Kindred or K-Knights?
There are very few kindred that water affects nowadays.
Yeah, but still. They can't walk on it.
Yeah, but they can swim in it.
There's something else that worries me.
And what might that be?
Like, if they're all staying in this one cabin, there'll be sitting ducks. It doesn't make sense. What if the cabin is a trap?
There very well
Then
could
we
be.
can, yeah, well, we can solve this issue by spending a few nights taking turns and watching over the cabins. Possibly make sure that they have a schedule, like they leave the cabin and in the early mornings they return to the cabin, and maybe this way we know when to hit them and if they actually live in the cabin. Do I make sense?
You make excellent sense. I'm in agreement with this one on the plan. We need better intel on this.
And what would stop them from watching us while we do that?
Well, if we're smart about it, we shouldn't be caught.
Imogen Varner, I appreciate the input. Now, you are both correct. We do need to set up some kind of surveillance.
I think I can help out with that.
Anyone else?
Well, I'm not the one who can fly away, so
Well, I don't have expertise on that particular thing. However, I do have some contacts that we could use. Human contacts.
No, we don't want to get humans involved in this.
I have some options that may be of use.
I don't mean in sending them in, but perhaps in getting more information about the area. Like a more
Even-
detailed map, for example.
Even so, we should probably keep this close because we don't exactly know who we can fully trust. Not to deny your contacts any plausibility, but we need to be careful on this about how many people we bring into what we are doing.
The kind can't be trusted. And that's that.
I did not suggest any form of trust.
it's about information. If they blabber their mouths and the right ears hears what they have to say, we can get in trouble.
Simply one of them speaking at all about anything that they would be doing in the area could lead on to our enemies.
It's better not to pose that risk, in my opinion.
Agreed.
We can handle it ourselves. We have some decades, at least, of experience.
Agreed.
We just need to be patient, organize, work together. Maybe prepare some Molotovs.
Patient.
Is there any other information that you can share with us? He looks at all the NPCs in the room.
Let me, Conrad Castile, get the ghouls to run some surveillance. I trust them more than I trust the kind, so.
Yeah, the blood bond is always a good way to make a kind shut the fuck up.
Yes, and I know they would never dare betray us, so.
Well,
Now. As far as any actual combat goes, does anyone here still use bladed weapons? If they do, Clan Tremere is willing to provide a burning blade ritual for each of you.
I may.
Archimir raise his hand.
Yeah, me too.
Me
I'll.
too.
Okay, good. I will make sure we have the appropriate amount of blood prepared. Also, if you
Although,
need any warding, I can also do that for you.
Would
But that will
certainly
come at a
be.
cost.
What kind of cost?
a minor boon, or is it major?
Consider that I normally charge a minor boon for a burning blade, my dear, and you're getting a steep discount.
So minor boon it is. Huh?
Major at the very least.
I see.
What kind of words are we talking about?
I could simply put up a ward versus kindred, and they would not be able to cross out of their little home.
Would that apply to more than one person?
Yes. Any
Okay.
kindred who tries to cross that barrier will be in severe pain.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking about the possibility of an entire pack to rush.
Yes, and
So,
if they try to get out, they will be in severe pain for doing so.
all right. So it can affect the crowd of people.
Yes.
Now, one thing of note, don't the Sabbat practice self-inflicted pain rituals to harden themselves for battle?
Would I be able to know about that?
You were Sabat, you would know this.
And well, I don't know the answer actually for that.
Yeah, you would know that out of character, yes, they do.
As would I.
All right. Yes, they do.
She would kind of look over at Abe, eyebrow raised.
You're welcome to roll a perception against Mr. Jason at this point,
Okay.
because he notably like kind of twitched at that.
So I'm
moment-
guessing
the
it's
mo-
not
the
a
moment.
very difficult perception empathy roll.
No.
Actually, no, this would be perception awareness.
Yeah. When he started talking about the Sabbat doing the pain ritual, Jason noticeably flinched.
What difficulty?
Standard diff.
Standard
I don't have
6.
any perception.
So hold on. Perception plus awareness, you said?
I
Perception
don't have
plus
any
awareness.
awareness. Sorry, I have perception.
Awareness,
I don't have
okay.
awareness.
Yep, I totally
Oops.
goofed on that. Kieran,
Yeah,
seriously.
3 successes.
I goofed on that, and I don't know how.
What the heck have you done, Shayna? What the hell? What the hell is that?
That was my son, okay?
Okay,
No,
Don't
no,
come
not
for
no.
me.
So just looking at the roll, I'm like, what the hell?
Wow,
Yeah.
what the?
0 successes.
Yeah, she got 1 success, so she does notice that
Yeah.
there was a noticeable tick there.
Yeah.
Arden has
Go
3
ahead and roll.
successes.
Unaware of anything happening.
Arden has 3 successes.
God damn.
God
Oh,
damn,
Yeah, he
9
definitely
dice
noticed.
bullshit.
Oh yeah, his perception is stupid high, isn't it?
He noticed. He definitely noticed.
Yeah, so Arjun, Katya, I'm not rolling for all of the fucking NPCs because that would be asinine.
You
Oh
should
my
have rolled with the
goodness.
one with that has the most.
Oh my goodness. It's okay.
You okay there, friend?
It's okay. Yes, Mr. Davos, you seem perturbed by the current line of questioning.
Just nothing. When you've seen as much conflict as I have, it's just I did a lot of combat with the Savant in Chicago. It's just a minor tick. Sometimes I forget that my body is showing off certain aspects, or a memory triggers a movement. Sometimes it's just instinct. My apologies. And he bullshitted again. Fuck. So I got to roll a deception check here. What would you like me to roll, DM, for this particular
For this
check?
one, it will be manipulation and subterfuge.
So manipulation is 3, and subterfuge is 0. Not very good at lying, so I'm just rolling 3. 10. Oh my god, he got 2 hits.
And anyone who is listening can feel free to roll a perception empathy to try and determine that he is lying.
Oh, wow, I don't even have empathy.
Wow, you
Difficulty,
need empathy to find out people bullshitting. Okay, I didn't know that.
difficulty 8 minus your Auspex level if you have it.
8. Fuck. That's a lot.
8. I thought we were beating
Total boss.
Brandon's roll. Holy shit!
Oh my god.
Nope. Alexander thinks he's completely telling the truth.
Yeah, I'm not even going to do that.
Yeah, it's not because they want to go on a date or anything, no.
Oh, look, I have actually a success.
So Blaine definitely knows he's
Oh
bullshitting.
yeah, Abe has seen through your bullshit to the extreme.
Abe has not only seen through my bullshit, but he accidentally looked past me and he saw Cthulhu coming out of the gate and noticed that.
With Abe, that
He's
would
like,
shock me. Let's be
That
fair.
happens.
so yeah, everyone else bought it, but Abe, nope. Abe saw right through it. He was not lying about fighting a spot in Chicago, but he was definitely bullshitting about the part of why he twitched.
Give me just a second. I'm looking up something for Blaine real quick.
Also, because that perception check was so awesome, you probably also notice a bit of scarring on his throat. It's tucked up he's got his coat kind of tucked up over it, but there's definitely some scarring down low on the kind of clavicle kind of area on the left side.
Eh,
Oh, talk amongst yourself for a second.
So, guys, you catch the game on Saturday? No. Sabat Bowl 2020? No.
Sabat ball.
Sabat Bowl.
It's like football, but we use the Sabat member's head as the ball.
Yes. It's like football, but with Sabat.
What, are we like kicking their head or something?
Yeah, kicking, throwing.
Football
Eating.
with a head sounds like something Sabat would do.
Exactly.
I'll fit right in.
Not to mention, when you looked past me and saw through my lie, how is Cthulhu doing over there?
I mean, Argent fights with a two-handed sword. If you meet someone with enough potency, he can play Sabat baseball.
Yeah. And when you slice the head in half by accident, it's called a strike. No.
Page
As long as you
445.
As long as you have an abundance of spot heads, you will always be able to play.
This weekend we were talking with people and we were like, "Hey,
So
do you,
Jason,
do you think what?"
what is your self-control and/or instinct,
Who?
Who?
Hey,
Jason?
My self-control and/or instinct is. Did I not put that down?
Oh no, I need to know it for something.
Oh, self-control is 3.
Okay.
I don't like this.
You probably shouldn't.
It's not as bad as 7. Doesn't it shouldn't be.
The storyteller is smiling. You probably shouldn't be happy about it.
Yeah.
Oh no, not a smiling
Oh,
storyteller.
Brandon, hi.
Oh no, conflict.
Inner turmoil in a vampire game? Nonsense.
Wow. You mean that
Wait.
in order to play the game, I have to be in difficult situations?
You mean my character has weaknesses that can be exploited?
Wait, the ST is smiling and the Markavian just threw 9 dice. Some shit is happening.
I'm taking it. I'm going to be rolling a self-control check here.
Okay.
I only see 1 hit. It's good, right?
What is your lowest virtue?
My lowest virtue is courage and conviction are the same.
Okay.
Self-control and instinct are the highest.
That's all I needed to know.
Damn, you're a coward, dude.
I
all I
mean,
needed to know.
3 is not coward.
3 is his self-control. His courage is less than 3.
It's 2, 3, 2.
Oh my
2
god.
is
Wait.
I mean, 2 is like normal.
Yeah.
I'm like,
No, you
I'm
should have at least one more dot in each of those. You have
That's
one
right.
dot automatically.
Yep. So it's all 3 across the board.
Hold on, we get a dot for
I'll
that.
fix that.
Yeah, you get an automatic dot.
Yeah,
in
you
it.
get an automatic
that's
dot
okay.
in each of them.
I
Holy
forgot
shit,
about that, yeah.
okay. Okay, I did.
So
Yeah,
actually,
unless you are on a path
Oh, I am on a
or on
path.
humanity, you don't.
yep, my bad, Shayna. I'm editing it now. It's actually 3, 4, 3. 3 courage,
Okay, so-
4.
Yeah, if you are on instinct or conviction, you don't get the automatic dot. If you are on conscience or self-control, you do.
Yep. So self-control would be 4.
Okay. So let me look at that dice roll again. Okay, still just one success then. Oh no. No successes. Never mind.
Yay, nothing happened.
Oh my god!
Well, none of you know anything happened anyway.
Fucking Malkavians.
Unless you have high enough aspects to combat it, which I don't think
Don't.
any of you do.
What's aspects?
I can turn into mist.
Well, that's not
Does
going to
that
help you in
help?
this situation. Katya's probably... Well, no, Katya's not the only one who would notice. Oh, shit. I need to pull up a certain NPC's character sheet.
Oh shit, what's happening?
I
There's
don't
about
remember
to be
which one of them had
There's
it.
about to be some conflict here. Vampire walks into a bar, pops his discipline, everyone dies.
A werewolf and a vampire walk into a bar. Roll for initiative.
Tyrion Lannister once walked into a brothel with a
Donkey.
jacket and a honeycomb.
And, that's all we ever get of that story.
Nope.
Exactly. I
Nope.
really
I
want to
know
know what
the whole
happens.
thing. I know the whole
No,
thing.
you know a made-up version of the whole thing.
Yeah, maybe, but it sounds
I mean,
legit.
I'm honestly with the prince in that scene. It's like, what happened next? Love that
Anyway.
scene.
Abe would get a look from Castiel, but he doesn't say anything at the moment.
Would Abe notice this look?
He probably would, because it lingers for a second, so he can catch his eyes before he turns back to Katya. But Castiel doesn't say anything at the moment. He just turns back to Katya, and they continue discussions about plans for the raid.
Out of character for the surveillance. I take it they will allow Jason to do his thing then.
Oh yeah, they will let Jason do his thing.
Would you like me to roll that roll now or at a later time?
At a later time. You're not doing it
Okay.
right now. It's not like you're, poofing the fuck out of here and going straight there. We're going to
Does
do a
anyone
couple
have-
of nights of surveillance.
Does anyone have ritual of shadow travel? No.
I think the only one that... Well, there's actually two people at the table that might, but...
Jason will just continue to kind of look at the map and look for just any more tactical points or advantages or advice that he could give.
One of them has, is hiding the fact that he knows this ritual, so...
Other than that, Jason will do nothing.
So, what
Okay.
is the proximity to the golf club of this cabin?
Oh, let me look, because I can't fucking remember where the golf club is down there. There's so fucking many
It's
of
on
them.
the upper eastern side of the lake.
Yeah, it's actually over... It's, like, right across. If you look where it's down towards the south end of the lake. Southeast.
Before or after the...
Kind of between it and Red Lake.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay, they can be surrounded if it's that location.
Yep. Why do you
If
think
this is the
Katya
only-
was, like, yeah, guess what? They boxed themselves in, so...
It shouldn't be so easy. Something doesn't add up.
I actually agree. Katya,
Yes.
is it known if these Sabbat survivors have any talents that we should be aware of?
We don't have numbers or clan. Well, I say clan, but they're... We don't know what any of them are. We do know there is at least one of the Zamisi with them, but aside from that, we have no idea
Then I would like to
why
point
the
out,
meeting has been called.
from what I know of warfare and fighting, there are two things that are bugging me about this situation. One is a cornered wolf is far more fearsome than a wolf in the wild just roaming around. Two, they had to have anticipated this. At least someone, depending on their age, had to have anticipated this. I don't think they would box themselves in unless they knew they could either A, get out, or B, were in no threat. Something just doesn't seem right about this, but that's just my professional opinion.
Oh, that's definitely what I think as well. This this doesn't make sense.
If they have a member of my clan, well, after a
I can
certain level,
try on the location and get a little more information.
That would be a good thing if we could know some of their abilities. That would give us an edge. Because if we go in there and then they just turns out that, oh, someone drew a circle on the ground and they're no longer there, then we have a problem.
also, I'm not sure if you did it on purpose, but the guy just cut off Arjun. Was that done on purpose, or?
Oh, it probably very likely was on purpose.
Arjun looks at the guy, says nothing, just looks at Katja.
Katja would give him a knowing look.
As I was saying before it was cut off, if they have a member of my clan, after a certain mastery of what my clan does, no amount of aspects can see through it.
Your clan is nearly extinct. The possibilities are slim for Ravnos to be there.
That doesn't mean we should exclude the possibility.
Actually, that depends. I'm not sure when they placed that specific week in V20 because they pushed it to a different time.
So it's not 1999. This
Yeah,
chronicle?
in V20 makes that particular week completely optional. It makes it so that it potentially didn't happen.
Gotta love all this retconning and shit.
Up to you. I'm completely fine with most of my clan being dead.
But yeah, there's the potential that the week never happened. So
Well, has the week happened or not? So I know if I should mention it or not. If Ravnos are extinct or not.
Well, they were not extinct after it happened.
yeah, even
Well,
after it happened, they're not completely extinct. There
no,
are
you know what I'm saying.
still
You know what I'm saying. Yeah, they're close to extinct.
outliers of the Ravnos. I know in Dublin it did happen, but there are 3 Ravnos in Dublin. So
Cool.
Up to you.
but yeah, I will say that it did happen in that week somewhere. It mentions that it's somewhere between 1998 and 1999. So it would have already happened as this is set in 2000.
However slim the chances are, it could still be a possibility.
Well, we
Indeed.
should prioritize the possibility of this being a trap for us
I'm
first
well
and
aware that
foremost.
it is likely to be a trap. That is why we are going to do recon.
And maybe
I
this
think I would
few.
send you in blind.
Well,
Well,
not me. He'll chuckle.
Um, would it be possible to perhaps approach through the sides from the lakes instead of the land?
a flanking maneuver.
I almost feel we'd be safer pulling a maneuver coming in from at least a small group from each side.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we definitely need to have more than one group.
Like a pack of sheep, guard them in.
And I don't want all the members of one clan on any one side. Split them up, give them no reason to try and back out. I'll be sending Conrad and Castiel, I believe, whatever your name is. She looks over at the neonate. Has also volunteered to come. So, I will have Clarence, she looks over at the sheriff, head one group. Conrad will lead one, Castiel another. I still need one person to lead my fourth group.
Sorry, OC, can you say the leaders again? The 3 leaders?
Clarence, the sheriff, Conrad, and Castiel.
I can lead your last group if you wish.
There's that Bruja spirit.
It comes with a lot of experience as well.
Okay. I will separate you all into teams, and from there we will begin planning. Jason, you will do reconnaissance prior to, as you
Yes.
have mentioned. Clan Tremere's ghouls will also be doing reconnaissance on the ground. And they can do reconnaissance during the day when we cannot. So, if we lose a few ghouls, whatever. They can be replaced.
Arjun works an eyebrow at that. He's like, that's not what the old Kasha would have said.
Alexander is visibly a bit uncomfortable with this notion, but will try to maintain focus.
I am loving playing low humanity Katya. This is so fun.
Yeah, I was about to say, dang, bitch is cold.
Yeah.
She's on 3 humanity. What do you expect?
Yeah, Arjun was like, she's changed a bit. And then she's like, yeah, we can lose a few goals. He's like, wait up, what the fuck?
Indeed.
I mean,
Why are you?
Arjun isn't even on humanity, so
Exactly. He's
Well,
not even on humanity.
he's not on humanity, but he's on still on a like, good people road, and he knows Gotcha, so he's like, well, that's not what Gotcha would have said.
that's exactly what she said.
Now,
I offer my ghouls for sacrifice as well, if
good.
needs be.
They can do reconnaissance with the Clan Tremere ghouls.
Abe
Of
would
course, I'll send
prefer
them in.
boarding.
But yes. Anyone who has any other questions may remain after, and I will aid you with anything I can.
I think we have our roles assigned.
I
I
would
am
definitely
content
need
with the
it.
information I have.
I can wait till we are at the gentry for my questions.
Yes, I will definitely need a private moment of your time, Primogen.
Of course.
I'll just need the time, place, and we'll take care of this above.
For now, I believe we can dismiss everyone. She would kind of wave the other Tremere off, with the exception of, like, Conrad, pretty much. Castiel would head back over to the bar and grab drinks.
In that case, Arjun will go with Castiel.
Yeah, he's just headed over to the bar.
Yeah, and Alexander wants to speak with Katya. She doesn't mind Conrad, as long as it's like private conversation.
So yeah, he goes
Katya
to.
would take her out onto the patio.
Um, how much do we trust the Sombra?
I'm not sure that I do just yet.
It just seems very risky.
It
Discuss.
does. Why do you think he's not leading one of the teams?
That doesn't mean that he's not communicating what
Don't
we talk
worry.
about.
I'll put him with Castiel, and if anything happens, Castiel will put a bullet between his eyes.
I
And
hope my
besides,
paranoia is just that.
and besides, do you really think we would let Alessandra stay in the city without having eyes on him 24/7?
Oh, I'm more than certain that you do.
Clan Nosferatu comes in handy for things like that.
It's good to have them on our side. Right then, we'll be in touch as soon as we know more. Um, I assume you will contact me?
Yes, I will contact everyone when we have more information on how many of these things we're dealing with.
Alright. I will not take any more of your time, Primogen. Have a nice evening.
She would nod.
And Alexander will go back in and towards the bar.
Katya would also, make her way over to the bar and grab a glass of vodka.
So while they were outside, because he said, "Hey, they're separated. I cannot see Castiel about that." He'll just be like, "Culture has sure changed since I last saw you guys."
A lot happened in, hang on. Let me change the overlay, because, weird. There we go. That's better. A lot happened in 90 years.
Is she all right? She seems different. I liked the older better, if you don't mind my own opinion.
Well, sometimes Clan Tremere asks you to make sacrifices, and if you don't make those sacrifices, well, you don't last long. So,
He'll give an understanding look, like sorrowful understanding.
can I get you anything?
Just a drink.
he would kneel down behind the counter, and he does actually have to kneel to get under the counter. He can't just bend down. And-
No, he has to bend the knee.
Yeah, he has to bend the knee to actually get under the counter, and grabs a glass and places it on the counter. There's still a little bit of frost ringing the glass as he lets go of it.
Smart like that.
That's a very good skill to have as a bartender.
It really is. If no one else has anything for the meeting, I will do our outro. Anyone? Anyone? No?
I
Okay.
think we're good.
Well, good.
Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been another scene for Unmask Orlando. See you next time.